Okay, hi everybody. I am standing on the border of the land of Israel and the state of Israel. I am here on the eastern side, that's all the way by Jordan. Jordan is just a couple of feet over that way, maybe a 1 minute drive, and you have to cross a river to get there, the Jordan River. But I didn't come here to show you the border of Israel. I came here to show you something that nobody knows about. It's a spot in Israel that you could come here with a tour guide and they would never take you here. You could live here for years and you might never know that this place exists. I found this place because somebody told me the secret of where it exists and that it's here and that you have to see it, and it gets better every single time you come because they keep painting and they keep changing it. And what it is it's an old hotel that used to exist here in Israel about 50 years ago. And there was a war, and the hotel got hit by a bomb, so it had to close. A bomb came. We're going to see the hole that the bomb came through, that the missile came through. It is unbelievable. And now this place is closed off. Nobody comes because obviously nobody stays here anymore. It hasn't been opened in years. But I want to show it to you and show you what's so special about this place. You are going to love it. So if you're ready to see it, here we go. 1 minute, and we're going to walk over there. Okay, now you can see that I'm inside an old building it looks like it's been destroyed. You can see parts of the ceiling are missing. There's no windows, whole sections of the wall are gone, and you can see that there's some spray paint. People come in here and they spray paint, and that's one of the special parts of this building. You're allowed to come in here with a spray paint can and paint away and paint whatever you'd like. And we're going to see some amazing old paintings and some new spray paint that's here. But right now I'm standing in what used to be the dining room of this hotel. You can see now nobody would want to eat a meal in here. It's all gross and dirty, and there's animals, and some of the floor is gone. You can see right behind me some of the floor is gone of this hotel. But this used to be a really busy hotel right on the border of Israel, and you could stand here and look out and see really far into Jordan, and it was an amazing place. And once upon a time, this was actually Jordan. This wasn't the state of Israel until 1967, when there was a war, and Israel got to take this land for itself. Until that point, this was actually a different country. It was Jordan. And now you could see that the hotel, since that war, has not been in use at all. So the next thing I'm going to take you to is I'm going to show you around the hotel and show you the cool part of it. So if you're ready, here we go to the next cool part of this hotel. Okay, now we're in what's called the atrium of the hotel. I don't know if you could hear it on the video, but there's a strong echo here, a real echo. And behind me you could see there's an entire wall that's open to the Jordan River and to the land between here and the Jordan River and the Dead Sea. You could actually sit here, and you were able to sit outside and enjoy a nice meal, a cold glass of water, maybe some lemonade. Some people like drinking soda, and you'd be able to drink your drink out here in the lobby of the hotel, this outdoor atrium. And it's beautiful weather. We're in the middle of the winter, where it's probably snowing in Memphis and in New York and different places, but here right alongside, there's always this perfect weather. In the summer, it can get pretty hot, and you could sit out here. You can see I'm in short sleeves and standing out here, and how nice it is. And this is the middle of February, at the end of Shvat, the beginning of Adar. Soon it's going to be Purim, and it's such nice weather out here in this atrium, and you could sit outside. Now, I keep teasing you and saying, get ready to see the cool paintings. Are you guys ready to see it? I'm going to stop the video, and the next clip, I'm going to show you first the graffiti, and then this unbelievable painting. Okay, you could see that there's a long wall. Look how long this wall goes for. And it goes all the way out to there, okay? It's this long wall, and on the wall you could see that there's all of this graffiti. People come here. First they spray painted the whole wall white, and then they spray painted, I don't know if this is their name. It's very hard, unless you know graffiti really well, to know what it says. It looks like it's English. It looks like somebody came here and spray painted English. Maybe it's their name. Maybe I think what it's called is like their tag, so that people know it was them. But if you look down here, it says Australia, because there were people from Australia that came, so they wrote Australia. Australia, IBC. That was the name of their tour program that was here. Okay, and so you could see how much work they put into it. And on the other side, you can see also over there, there are pictures of a person that they spray painted. That's really nice. Let's see, make sure you could see it. You go outside here and you can see the spray paint over here. These are really, really fascinating colors. You could see this takes a lot of talent. A lot of people think that spray paint is just like where you're ruining somebody's building. But sometimes it could be really, really a lot of talent that goes into it. So you can see here, like this is really, and then I'll show you the person that they painted. It's a really detailed looking person. It's a little scary, but there's nothing really to be scared of. So here's the person that they painted, okay? And you could see here they wrote Dead Sea because we're right by the Dead Sea. So they wrote the Dead Sea, and you could see different things. Okay, but now I'm going to show you, I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to show you the most unique painting, I think, in all of Israel. It's really old. It's really unbelievable. And wait till you see it. Okay, now remember I told you that this used to be a hotel. So a hotel obviously never had graffiti on it, and it will always look nice. So they used to have on this whole atrium a really beautiful painting. The painting was a copy of a really old map of Israel. Now here's the thing about really old maps of Israel. People used to make the maps and they didn't even live in Israel. In fact, they never came to Israel. They would open up their Chumash, they would open up their Tanakh, and they would learn about all the different places. Hebron, Yerushalayim, Beit El, Yericho, and they would just in their mind picture, I wonder where these places are on the map. But they didn't know what Israel looked like. They didn't know if it was small, they didn't know if it was big, they didn't know which way was north, which way was south. It was very hard for them to figure it out. So they would make these maps of Israel, and they didn't have anything to do with what Israel really looked like. It didn't look like Israel. It was just this weird type of drawing that they would make up, and that's what they did here. If you look here, okay, and it's a shame because the person that did all this graffiti covered up a lot of the map. But the hotel used to have, you could see here, it used to have a painting that was drawn here on March 24th, 1973. Okay, that was a long time ago. That was 46 years ago when we made this video. And you could see up here, they had all of these different places that they read about in Tanakh, and they wrote a map where they thought all these places were. And you can see they put buildings there where they thought there were buildings, and they had all of these different places that they put on this map. And the map went all the way across the whole entire atrium here. Everything, this map was all across. And you can see it has names like Jerusalem and all the interesting old cities that we know about and was on this map. And if you imagine, you have to close your eyes and picture. I mean, it doesn't really help to close your eyes if you're watching a video, but close your eyes and picture how beautiful this place used to look with this beautiful, beautiful old map that was drawn on a Crusaders. It says here, let's see if we can see. If you can see, it says it in English over here. It says, this panoramic map painting has been taken from an old Crusaders, I think that says, Crusaders map. Okay, this is a map that they draw from 800 years ago that they copied and put here. Okay, now I'm going to show you one last thing that's really incredible. One second. Okay, now, why isn't this place a hotel anymore? What happened that it's ruined? Why did somebody just walk away from the hotel? Well, there was a war here. There was a couple of wars here. And one of those wars, I'm going to turn around and show you something. Okay, in one of those wars, the country over there was Jordan, used to fire missiles over here. And one of the missiles came in. I'm going to walk back and you're going to see. Watch this. Okay, do you see what's behind me? Do you see how I wasn't really outside. I was looking through a hole. Do you see how big this hole is? I want to give you a sense of how big this hole is, okay? This hole was obviously never here. This was a wall. And a missile came flying in through that hole right there from Jordan, came in and blew up. And it blew a huge hole, and that was the end of this hotel. There was no more of this hotel. In fact, if you come over here, you could see this used to be beautiful windows that looked out. Back there is the Dead Sea that looked out onto the Dead Sea, but there's no windows here. Watch what happens. You go here and you could put your hand right through where it used to be the window, and you can look out here. So that's why there's no hotel. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We made a video of a beautiful spot in Israel, and no one, except for the people that know about it from the graffiti, really nobody comes out here to look at this. Okay, see you guys.